Hello everyone, Executrix here, and we are watching the game between two players, very professional pro players, which are kinda rusty as they have said before the game. The blue core commander Next Race, or just Race, and the yellow arm commander FN. We are playing on the map Flats and Forests. As you can see, the very huge map full of these sweety green trees, some grass, and several huge cliffs, together with small hills. Also there are some rocks to reclaim are placed around the map. This is the original old map from the ZM map pack, which was created by the Russian player who is not who doesn't play these days, but his map pack is very popular and was popular also. So very quality maps were created by him, by this player. I don't remember his nickname. Anyway, back to the battlefield. Race has created a single construction vehicle, and FN has started with the keyboard lab, and he also has a single construction keyboard. Income of the players is more or less same, but Race has some more advantage. This is because of his 5 metal extractors, and the fan has only 4. But maybe he can turn his keyboard advantage into a huge power, because maybe not all know, but I guess everyone knows who watches me. Who am I lying for? No one watches me except me. Okay, I wanting to say that maybe FN can create his advantage from the keyboard, because keyboards take less metal to be built, so he has 3 construction vehicles or construction keyboards, and Race has only 2 construction vehicles. So FN is able to expand on 3 different angles, and we will hope, and maybe he hopes, to be able to keep his at least 2 angles of expanding be survived from Race's raids with weasels. For now he is pumping out PVs, he has plenty of metal to do this, and he has a bit more energy because of, I guess, 1 more solar. Race has created another solar, it seems, and he is sending 3 weasels, 4 weasels, 5. What can do Race at his point is good readings with weasels and fast expanding with vehicle construction units, because the advantage for vehicles is a faster build power. The very important strategy for the keyboard, I think, is creating as much as possible radars and give and provide for the player a lot of radar vision. So you don't need to make defense everywhere, because on the vehicle strategy you don't need to care about your side being raided, because PVs are not such fast as weasels or instigators. So your advantage is to push on the player, on the opponent as much as possible, and expand as fast as possible, and grow up the snowball of your units, keeping pressure on your opponent with gators, weasels, raiders, and so on. So here is the weasel, and FN hopefully has a PV there just in time to save his expanding. Also Race is scouting the bottom side to be sure there are not any sneaky construction keyboards trying to expand out of the base. FN has a very nice move for his strategy. He has a flare, so he can reclaim trees at any time he needs energy. He also is able to find some rocks and gain more metal. So the map is very rich on the middle with metal. As you can see, there are good metal patches. So it is basically created for the strong fights around the middle, and on the sides there are not huge metal patches, as you can see, just low, and there are some places with good metal patches. But overall, the better place and the sweet place on this map is the middle, because the small distance between good metal patches, of course, and basically these good metal patches are the spawns of players for 5 versus 5 games. So this is the third spawn, fourth, and somewhere fifth. Maybe I missed one, so this is basically the fifth spawn. Yeah, and overall, every player is supposed to expand to the middle and fight over there. So Race has a second vehicle planned. FN stays on the signal one. For some reason he has not the radar on his main base, so probably he missed this Jeffy, and he's not watching here. Right now he is watching. I can see his yellow screen on the mini-map, and he's trying to kill this Jeffy, this weasel, but too late. It's run away, and another weasel is probably can destroy this one metal extractor. FN is creating the vehicle plant straight on the middle. Yeah, to keep pressure on the race with the smaller difference of the time. So it's not a bad idea. And interestingly, even Race has destroyed some metal extractors with weasels. Race and FN are pretty even in the metal, and FN has stored not a bad value of metal in the same time. Race is creating solar line of solars, expanding over there. Yeah, and reclaiming some wrecks, it seems. Maybe FN should take this one also, because it's very close to his start position. He has sleeping vehicle plant, it's not very cool. He's making a geothermal. Can't really say if it's needed at this point of the game, because he's making the source and he's making construction keyboards right now. So maybe his strategy to make straight geothermal power plant and then spam as much as possible flashes around the map and do harassment before Race can reinforce his units in the middle. Because as you can see, Race sending his gators on the left side, and he has some units, well, I guess at least 10 gators in the middle. So he's trying to grow up his army before the main attack. And for FN, the best thing should be mass as much as possible flashes, and as fast as possible, of course, and keep Race busy on his side. Yeah, and keep race just on his side right there, in the corner, with the endless line of flashes. Because if race is not attacking with gators, it means he is growing up his gators on his base. So if you can make an army pretty fast and trade your army around Race's base, and meanwhile doing this you can expand around the sides and take more metal, then it means you can win against him, because as we can see, he has massed an army on his side, not trying to attack, and here is a sneaking gators on the left side. I also will try recommend FN make warriors. I hope I won't crash in the game. Yeah, I'm actually casting the game from the test 14, so some units are getting improved in this patch, by the way. But at tier 1 it's not very much changes. In a tier 1 unit, tier 1 stage, there are not much changes. Except warriors getting a bit improved, but basically not really improved. Their weapon is getting reworked because it was missing targets, which was very bad for the warrior, and right now it won't miss the targets. Also, MAKs are getting a bit nerfed. It will lose just tiny pixels of the max velocity, and I don't remember what is going to open for levelers, but some change, not really hard. So this is the game from the test 14, to say it another time. Here is the fighting on the middle between gators, flashes and PVs, and it seems that I think if Race tried to kill this army, he would probably have won, because these flashes and PVs are already damaged, but he is sending his gators in the spread, and he is focusing his gators to kill this LT, not sure why, because you can just skip it and go for the harassment. Like few gators here, few gators here, and another somewhere on the top side. Like there, straight between hills and on the top side, behind the fence base. But FN has here LT. Very surprised, because I don't think that at some point after these changements on their T1 stage, any unit will come here, maybe except maybe if Race will make a drop of units, but as far as I know, Race does not drop units. Doesn't matter with what. With tier 2 transport or tier 1 air transport, he doesn't drop units. So FN is a bit ahead in the metal income and energy. Race is working on construction vehicles and gators, expanding over the map. And FN is actually going another plant, very nice move, more closer to the Race's side. He also tries to take his part of the middle as fast as possible. He's creating an event post, a block post with LLTs. Also he's working on LLTs here. Basically he's trying to defend, yeah, this side as much as possible. LLT here, there, over here, obviously for the geo. So as much as possible LLTs around like this area to prevent any sneaky harassment, not only from the straight attacks, but from the sides also. So the more LLTs he has right over there, the longer Race has to move around with his units to try to attack. Very nice and very smart. Because as longer as the Race stays on the gators, but okay, never mind, because he has switched to the levelers and it's fine. But I don't know why he's trying to go on the sides, because maybe he must. Oh, he can't see this army coming on the middle side. That's why. I mean, from the middle side to the south. Maybe if he had a radar here, but no. How to say correctly? A radar. I guess radar. Because core faction has the unit called Raider, the Siege Tier 1 tank, and it sounds like the same as Radar. Maybe I'm saying this Radar Tower. Okay. So the fan is massing POEs yet. Don't even try to listen my advice to try out warriors and show us what these units can do now, because the warriors very cool, must be very cool in next patch. But maybe their max speed or maybe damage per shot will be a bit reduced. Not sure yet, haven't discussed. So looking at the sides, we can see that FN has more expanding than Race. No one of them is going for Tier 2 yet. Okay, as I have said, and Race has started Tier 2. Race also has an air plant. He's making Avengers. Yeah, FN is doing a great job on his part. Don't know why he's making another vehicle plant. For what reason? Because he can actually make Tier 2 as well. This might be very important decision to go Tier 2 right now, because Race is working on this, and once he will reach Tier 2 and will make several pyros, FN might struggle to dealing with them, because on such map pyros will work very nicely because of their speed and not really height, metal and energy cost. So FN is trying out warriors there. They have a weapon, well, kinda similar to the shotgun. Yeah, but for some reason it shows for me very wild. But it has 3 projectiles shooted at the same time and very straight with very high velocity to avoid such thing like missing shots, so it won't miss. Yeah, the same weapon is, maybe if anyone tried out on the unit, Tier 2 hover right tank. This unit also has the shotgun weapon. So Race over here has destroyed the HLT of FN, several construction units, including this vehicle construction unit. He's making thuds, levelers, gators, Simpsons. Wow, but FN has created a nice wall of defense right there, 2 HLTs and LLT, 4 LLTs right there, and 3 LLT over here. Yeah, FN has an insane amount of metal comparing to Race. 20 more metal, very huge advantage. But at this point, FN is struggling with it. Not really struggling, I think. I don't know, is it does it worth to try Avengers right now to kill these Sentinels? Because it's much better to pay Race's advantage, pays his attention to somewhere else. And he doesn't, I don't know if Race knows the trick about Avengers wall with patrolling, but I will try to tell him later. Race, on his part, created a line of LLTs on the right side of his base, on the middle right, and he is creating some LLTs on the south. He has a nice army of glaciers coming to these sides, and also some units there. But Race is prepared overall. Not everywhere, of course, but the potential place where FN's units can pass through around these metal extractors. Yeah, Race is trying to do some damage with his Avengers, but it doesn't seem he knows how correctly do this. So FN has created the tier 2 keyboard lab. Race has finished his advanced keyboard plant much earlier. He's making a Morpho extractor, he's sending pyros, gators, levelers once again. Hard to say actually who is able to win this game, because FN is much ahead in metal, but Race is a bit ahead in the tech, so he might be able to somehow find a way to break through FN's defense somewhere, and it might be a game changer, but it's really hard to say, because FN's advanced keyboard lab is so far on the main base, and he's making Zeuses. Of course, Zeuses are stronger than Pyros, but they are slower than Pyros. And Race is able to harass FN from different angles if he will think about it. If he won't, then we won't see any good harassment. So here we have a mixed army of flashes and warriors trying to find out a path to the Race's base and do some damage. And warriors are actually very nice here to absorb the damage. Warriors have like more than 1000 HP, and they have a bit more range than levelers, so it's possible to kite with warriors against levelers. But keep in mind that levelers are still faster than warriors, but you can kite with warriors a bit for a while because of range advantage. Here is another small party of units, but I don't see any way it must somehow survive, because Race is able to use his Avengers to kill actually this party, but he is too busy to kill this. army of units. At the same time, Race is attacking on the top side, FN's base with Thats and Pyros, and he's potentially can do some damage because FN is just bringing his units here, and he has flashes to deal with Thats, and for some reason Race sent his Pyros without caring that his Thats are going to die to flashes. Very badly to Race, it's very bad to Race, but he's busy to keeping his attention on the warriors, and right now he's sending his Avengers straight to the top side, it seems. Okay, he cancelled the order. And yet, well, yeah, a friend is still ahead. He has so much control of the map, and I don't see any way that Race somehow can bring back in the game. I mean, yeah, he has some expanding right there, but it can be raided at any time if a fan wants to do this. Right now, of course, he is focusing on the middle and trying to deal with the Pyros on the top side. Oh yeah, some sneaky flashes here. But I think, yeah, Race is going to kill it pretty fast with the Avengers. To be honest, I think FN could make an air plant or make another advanced lab, keyboard or vehicles, doesn't matter much. Maybe it will be better to make advanced vehicle plant to show us the bulldogs. Bulldogs are getting a bit improved either. I don't remember in what way. Maybe a bit stronger. Can't really say what does it mean. I think a small HP buff. Yeah, like 5%. Because overall Bulldog is actually a great unit, but it lacks maybe a bit some more HP. Here is a group of levelers and gators coming on the sneak place on the defense base, and it potentially can do some damage. Take out this geothermal energy storages like this. Probably take out this one if Race will micro properly this time. Right now FN is sending Zeuses to the Race. But it's the line of units which is successfully has been destroyed by Race. Here is another pack of units, and well, this might be able to destroy this expanding, but not sure if it can do much damage. Okay, here is a raiding party of Pyros. I think FN doesn't see this. He hasn't raiders. Oh my god. Well, he will see this soon, I guess. He's... okay, I can try to follow his screen. Where is he looking? So he's in there, looking here on the attack, trying to kill the sun. Trying to micro his fire or his uses on this side. Yeah, as I said, he did a small damage here. Is he pushing on the top side maybe? Or not yet? Oh yeah, now he has noticed these pyros. And he has no defense there to prepare. What should I try to do in this situation? Well, maybe try to degun those spirals on the top side. Because, this is so bad. These solars and trees are blocking the way for Zeus's. If Race can pass here, he can destroy all these solars. Burn them down to the ashes. Can't say it will make the game. It will can't say it will change the game much, but yet it's not what a fan would like to happen. How to say this in English? Yeah, anyways, should properly micro his pyros. He doesn't need four pyros coming to the single line of source. It would be much better if he sent only one and all other pyros could go here for the effective harassment. Oh my god, come on, please. Race micro your pyros, man. Where are you looking at? He's looking right there. But he is also busy with FM on the main battlefield. Oh, so close. Maybe he could take out these advanced energy storages. So what is it now? Somehow Race has more metal right now. Because Race is the expanding machine. Oh, it was reclaiming. I'm sorry. Anyway, Race can actually at some point be ahead in metal than FN because Race is expanding machine and he also makes a lot of mohos and he does this pretty fast. So you can't be sure if you are ahead than Race in metal. At least at tier 2. Because the longer game goes, the stronger Race becomes. This is like 100% rule that works. Because the late game of Race is just insane. He has a lot of construction units, he has somehow a lot of armies coming from any angle. And here is another party of pyros coming to the FN space, destroying his small expanding over here. Is he trying to bring in his pyros and just skip the Zeuses? Yeah, FN is making Zeuses for some reason, but maybe it's the time to switch to Fidos, maybe? Yeah, Fidos will be actually a good choice to not only defend against pyros, but and harass the sides of Race's base. So here FN is trying to push with flashes through the lines of abilities, but Race is overall prepared with more pyros. And that's all yet, so far. Race has another advanced keyboard, advanced plant. It is vehicle advanced plant. FN is creating another keyboard plant. Don't really know what is his plan, but that's what I was talking about. Race's late game is very strong. It didn't, even if FN was getting a height in economy, but it didn't seem he has a strong plan until tier 2 stage. I mean, yeah, he has secured the middle with the defense. That's fine. But you have to continue your strategy with something, not just creeping up the defense around the main positions. And he is now creating two more advanced labs, the keyboard and vehicle, straight on the middle, which is pretty risky at this point because his main army of Zeuses is far behind his base, just on the way to reinforce his front line, and by the time the Zeuses might come to the front line, Raves at his side might be able to prepare a huge army of Pyros and Reapers to counter Zeuses and the defense. And he's also doing some raids around the FN's base. Slowly but surely taking out the sides, which is kinda sad to FN. Right now, look at this straight line of the Pyros. And the only way for FN to defend against Pyros is again send Zeuses right there. Yet he has some units, but I don't know, and I'm really not sure if he can create enough Zeuses to stop these Pyros. Yeah, because these Pyros can come here just in few minutes, and in a few minutes you will be able to make not much Zeuses, my friend. Here is the advanced vehicle plant is finished, and Panthers in the middle. Yeah, and well, very bad choice by the race to attack these positions on the middle. If he knows that FN has created a lot of defense there, why are you attacking here? Okay, here we can see what can be done with these Pyros. FN is still on the Zeus here, and he is not caring about taking back these metal patches, it seems. He has a huge block of Zeus coming on the top side. I think he is going to the side harassment. So this Pyros has taken out the Geo, the LOTs, and then just Orges. Not sure about this, maybe only Maxes. Yet, somehow FN stays ahead in the meta. Yeah, he is doing a great job with expanding and replacing his metal extractors with mohos, but he must get a strategy to win, because it doesn't seem really that he has a strategy on the tier 2 stage. Just massing Pyros, Zeuses. Why am I saying Pyros? Well, nice harassment there, by the way. Panthers is good choice. And it seems Race is going to push straight the middle with all these Reapers. I have seen some camps, but I don't know where it is. Ah, okay. Over here. Yeah, FN doesn't care to reclaim the Rex. I don't know why. Maybe he's too busy with microing, and this is his play style. It's not the first game where I see FN isn't reclaiming and replacing the lost metal punches at all. In our 1v1 games, as I remember, he either did not try to replace the lost nexus, Very nice army of Zeus is here, but it is located, so the race is able to counter it very nicely with his units. Okay, here also nice army from FN, Zeus's and Samson's, and race has Reapers, Levelers, several, okay, not several, how much? 7 LLTs, but what is it LLT for the Zeus's? He also is bringing cans, but he's moving all his scans all around the map. I don't know why he has to do this. Very strange decision. It would be much better maybe to bring them to this position for better defending. If he had here cans, then he would be more than just fine, because cans are so huge armored units. Slow units, but very huge armored. And in the close combats, to have Zeus's Pact is very insane army against Zeus's or Panthers, doesn't matter. Any close range units can just die to the cans. Very sneaky attack from FN. If race doesn't react to this, this might be very nice harassment on the race's base with this such small amount of counters. No one of the players meanwhile isn't going tier 2 air, which is not strange because they are maybe very busy with the ground armies. But yet, come on, a single construction unit to make a tier 2 air would be very nice. Here is small party of Pyros trying to do sneaky attack on the left side. They can take out this geothermal, and probably or not. Okay, these Pyros are too damaged by the explosion, but yet the next attack might be very successful. Here is a small party of Zeus's trying to do harassment as well, and it can do some damage. How much? Like, I think like 5 solars might die to this Zeus. 2, 3, 4, 5, okay, 6, 7 swords. Nice. On this part of the map, FN is creating now a line of bulwarks to prevent any harassment. Yeah, well, lol, I don't get it. He had a construction keyword over here, and he didn't even try reclaim. I don't know why. Like, who does need Rex? Maybe he's too cold to use the reclaims. Maybe he is. So right now, and at this point, FN is still ahead, like 60 metal more than Race, and Race is very struggling against FN's armies. Very, very impressive play. Only Zeus's, no Fighters. Only Zeus's, Panthers, and Bulldogs. I don't know what to say. I'm impressed as much as possible. Right now he might be able soon destroy this middle, even though Race has HLTs. Race, Race is trying even to create some DTs around HLTs, but Bulldogs are able to shoot above the DTs. That's their advantage over the Reaper, the counterpart on the core faction side. But Reaper better against tier 1 units, and Bulldogs are better against defenses. Here is coming unstoppable army of Zeus and Samsons, and these cans are struggling against it. I don't know what happened to the race. Maybe he was too busy with something else. Don't know why he didn't bring more. Oh, okay, here it is. Somehow I lost his army of cans and I was like, lol, I remember he had more than this amount of cans, and here it is. So he is trying to block this area with cans because of hills and small narrow passes which can be passed with sneaky offense attacks like Panthers or Zeus or Zithers. And the race, it seems, has to use cans exactly right here. Here, race tried to push through with Reapers and Levers, and he did succeed, but he left a lot of wrecks which are not used anyway by FN for some reason. But if he tried to reclaim all of these wrecks, he might be able to finish his tier 3 much faster. On the middle, race is losing his expanding, but he probably is able to defend his side on me because he has scans, Reapers, very nice combination. Yeah. And it seems race has lost much of radar towers around the sides. Let me see. Here he has, basically I'm talking about this place because he has no radar except this there, but it will see like in such area, so he doesn't see about this, he doesn't know about this Zeus coming on the south. Maybe when his geothermal explodes, then he knows, but it might be too late. Yeah, Fen is doing an insane job with pressuring on the race during whole game, even though race did some nice attacks, but I think the very crucial moment when race was able to change the game was exactly the moment when he had a lot of pyros coming on the south, and FN had almost nothing to defend his expand and this area of map. Yeah, and instead of doing and listening to my advice, race lost his first part of pyros to this defended position, and the second part of pyros could not be such efficient as it could be if you had full army of pyros there. Right now he sees this Zeus is coming, and he's bringing all his forces to the south. At the same time, FN is coming from the north position with more Zeuses and Bulldogs. Race is bringing Reapers and Cans straight to the middle with Cans, with another army of Cans from the left side, trying to surround this area. And let's see what will happen, because even if race destroys this position. FN still has army here. He has still army coming on the top side, and it's still only Zeus's. Wow. If I had Vidus, it would be... I think it would be much better, but FN is FN. Well, why I'm speaking about Vidus? Because Vidus are low, okay? I think race has given up, so good game for the FN. Yeah, let's see the results. FN produced 100,000 metal more. How to say this in English? I have forgotten. Anyway, you can see the results. Good game by the FN and race. But FN did greater than race, so I don't blame race for playing bad, because both players haven't played for several weeks. But FN did play today two games before race has joined up the game Ranger. So it was the cheat from FN. He was warmed up before the game with race. So thank you for watching. If you have watched to this time and you were not annoyed with my voice, thank you for watching again. See you next time. Bye bye.